Number 5. This footage shows a slender inmate that went in the nude and squeezed himself out through the food hatch of his cell. The escapee was identified as 25-year-old Rustam Shakhrutdinov and was called the Snake Man because of how he wriggled out of the cell. Interestingly, once he got out of the cell, he wore his clothes and puts on his shoes calmly, then casually strolled down the corridor while pulling on his top. The incident was caught on CCTV taking place in the town of Izerbash in the Republic of Dagestan, southwest Russia. What happened to him after is unknown, but doesn't it remind you of this scene? Number 4. 2013, at the Saint Jérôme Detention Center, Quebec, Canada. 2 inmates were seen climbing up on the side of the building using a rope dangling from a helicopter. The 2 inmates were Houdon Barbeau and Denis Provençal. Barbeau was charged for participating in a turf war and pleaded not guilty for 2 counts of first-degree murder and 3 counts of attempted murder. Provençal was sentenced for various offenses including arson. So yes, they managed to escape, but was still recaptured and arrested. The helicopter pilot was found left in the helicopter injured, and another 2 men were arrested later for helping with the escape. Number 3. Derek Estelle, 33, was first detained for alleged armed robbery and car theft. A week before his arrest, he was also involved in a bank robbery and was held with a total of 28 charges. He planned and managed to escape from prison by diving through a service window and bolted right out the door. It was believed that he had a few help from his family. His mother was on the phone with him right before the escape. The stepdad distracted the police by diverting their attention away, and when he got out of the Garland County Jail, his girlfriend, Tamara Upshaw, was ready with a car for their getaway. Though he managed to escape, he was eventually caught and returned to jail. Apparently, he tried to escape a couple more times after. Number 2. This next person, Rocky Marquez, convicted for money laundering, drug distribution, and more, escaped prison twice the same way. He walked out of jail like he deserved it. Curious, well, both times he befriended inmates that were due for release. Then he would convince them to stay behind in jail. He then switched identity bracelets and confidently just walked out when it was time to go out. For the first escape, it took the police to notice that he was missing after 5 days, and he was only arrested after 8 months of escaping. The second escape, it took an intensive manhunt by the US Marshals, and he was found in Mexico after a month. I guess they didn't get dumbfounded like the first time he escaped. Number 1. This next footage shows how 3 prisoners broke out of the Central Men's Jail in Santa Ana, California. It was taken using a smuggled cell phone. They escaped through the air vent and they managed to get to the roof. They cut through metal bars using what seemed to be some sort of string. Or I could be wrong. Anyways, it didn't show exactly how they got out of the prison grounds, but it was said that they used a rope made from bed linens to get off the roof. Some actually reported that they used a high-grade industrial rope to scale down the building. Either way, they managed to escape. The phone included more videos and photos of them after their escape. Their photos looked pretty normal, as if they were tourists, taking pictures everywhere. Even took a picture with their cab driver who was practically kidnapped and threatened to drive them about. They were finally recaptured, but they did enjoy 8 days of their freedom.